Good morning, everybody. As you can see, I am not in my usual location. I am here at the mechanics. It's time for a service. We've done our 12,000 miles. Get the motor done every 12,000 miles. Some say 10, some say more. I recommend if you're running all the time, you've got to do 12,000 miles. If you're doing motorway, then it's not so bad. But you want to get the oils, got the filters, get them changed. Got to look after the motor lads. It's your livelihood. That's my mechanic. Hello, mate.
Hello.
All right. Yes, marvellous. Thank you. Right, now, a few things. Firstly, Harper Valentine, he said every time you do a backload, you think I'm going backwards. Because he's not a courier driver. He's a guy I used to know from Hoxton Market. He's like kind of a photographer, climber, alternative bloke. He's got his own channel out there. If you get the opportunity, look it up. Harper Valentine, the guy could use subscribers. He's finding it a bit hard to get off the road. It's not that easy to get off the road on this thing, but it's not like us. It's not our thing. It might not be for you. Have a little look, if it's your thing. Fantastic. But he said, because I said, I'm always looking for that next magic word. Oh, by the way, that's it. Guys, 2,000 subscribers this week. Thank you very much. Thank you for appreciate that. Thanks for watching. And I said, I'm always looking for that next magic word. I had like 100 subscribers and I said, Courier Exchange, and it all went mad. He said, you never ask people to subscribe. He says, there's a button somewhere. I think it's either there or I think it's, well, it might be there, but I think it's there. And if I ever get the technology thing sorted, I'll have one of the little pop-ups like the posh people have. But, yeah, if you can subscribe. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It's very nice. Thank you very much. Right, so, to business. Now, I put the video up. As you can see, it's Sunday Q&A, but it ain't Sunday. It's Saturday morning. The mechanics isn't open on a Sunday. They've all got a life. So what I do is I record the Sunday Q&A on a Saturday. That way I can post it first thing and it goes straight up. And I put a video up saying about, about places to wait. And Leon Horton points out, he says, January's been over for a while now. Obviously I didn't know. The thing is, what happened is, I always thought I'd run out of things to say, and also sometimes if you're waiting for a job and you've got like half an hour, and I think, well, rather than just standing doing nothing, I'll record some videos and I'll stick them on my camera roll, and then if I've got nothing to say that week, I've got something in the back of the book, But rather than having nothing to say that week, it's getting even worse. I'm having too much to say, and then it's clogging up my camera roll, and I'm thinking, well, I've made them, I might as well bung them out. So everything you saw this week didn't actually happen this week. That when I was having a nice day down at the seaside and then going to Olympia, nah. That was a Thursday, I believe, was my joint worst day ever. I took 95 quid. I was struggling massively on Thursday. The rest of the week's been fine, but Thursday was a nightmare. Just couldn't get up and running. Then when I got up and running and the jobs... One geezer quoted the job. I had a job, admittedly, it was going from Wellingborough to St Albans. I'd only gone 8.8 miles, but was on top of it. Luton van, 4 pallets, moving 1,000 kilos. I said, the lowest I can go is like 50 quid. He said, I've got 30. What chance have I got? Still, I mean, we're aggressively hitting the end users now, so fingers crossed that'll be all right. So the rest of it's been all right. The week's been okay. I've hit some jobs, but... Right, so, to business. Oh, yeah, on the subject of that, Paul A. Bevan said, a lot of people talked about this, the idea of a minimum fee. Mate, it's a lovely idea. Trust me, I'd love it too, in which case you'd win it on your feedback or you'd win it on your location, but it's never going to happen. The site is set up and there'll always be one guy. And I've always said this before, if you happen to be at the site to collect it and you're dropping off to your house, you go, well, I'm going to do it for next to nothing. Mate, trust me, we all despair sometimes of the prices that jobs go for, but I don't think the CX have got any intention of ever introducing anything like a minimum fee. So it's like a Dutch auction, it just ain't the way it works. Mark Longton said, oh yeah, you rang me. He was having a nightmare. He said, I'm stuck in Scotland, I can't see any jobs up. And I'm going, well, no, there are jobs on there. It turned out his settings were wrong. He hadn't set up the jobs he'd done or something like that. If it's not working, ring the CX. They've got a technology department. I was in Norfolk once. I said, I can't see any jobs. Are you sure this is working? They went, yeah, no, there's no jobs in Norfolk at the moment. But there might be. You might go, oh, no, your settings are wrong. You do realise you've got it on 10 miles from home. You go, no, I didn't realise that. They will look after you. If it ain't working, ring them. It might be your settings are wrong. So, I don't know. That's what you're paying for after all. Lee says, Have I ever tried MT van? No, I've never tried anything other than the CX. I'm not averse to trying anything other than the CX, but that cost me enough money, and I don't wish to pay more money on something else which may or may not be any good. And I haven't needed to up to this point. I've managed to get running all day, pretty much every day, bar Thursday, of the CX. So, if the situation ever appears, or I have to go and try something else, I'll try something else. In the meantime, it's fine. Echo Logistics, right. Not a mile out. He said, what happens if you get two jobs at the same time? Echo Logistics, get your own video. It's not a complicated one, but I think it's one that when people go, it's a question that a lot of people ask. And if it's a question that a lot of people ask, I like to have a little video up so they can go straight to it, and rather than being lost in the middle of this spiel. And maybe solve their problems for them. I like this. Julian Petrov, he said, if you're going to do a video about the congestion charge, get your facts right. Yeah, I should have done that, really. I should have researched it. So, for everybody, the way the congestion charge works, it's £11.50 from 7 in the morning till 6:30 in the evening, and that's if you drive over the Red Sea. That's central London, EC1, WC1, and SW1, and something else. That's 7 o'clock in the morning till 6:30. If you register for autopay, because you're £10 to register for an autopay, but then to go in the zone, is £11.50 a day. But if you register for autopay, it's £10.50 a day. So if you go in there 10 times, you get your money. Well, in fairness, once you've been in there 10 times, you got your money back. ULEZ, it's 24 hours. That costs you £12.50 when you go in the zone, unless you're Euro 6. And as RK said, he says, I like having Euro 6. I drive past all these things and I put my fingers up at them because it's like, I'm not paying your tax. I have a Euro 6 though, they're dear. Right, what else we got going on? Oh, yeah, done the thing on nailing your foot to the floor. Got to get a haircut. Nailing your foot to the floor. JA said, again, I wasn't sitting on the beach. That was in January sometime. I was actually sitting in a car park in a garden centre in Ware. My mega's giving me a job again. So, cheers, guys. Right. J.A. said, he said, multitasking, you should be writing the next novel. I can't write unless I don't write on computers. I've written on paper before, but then you write on the paper, then you've got to put it into the computer, and when I put it into the computer, I change it. I'm thinking, just doing the same work twice here, and I don't carry the computer around with me, because I don't need to. I've got everything on my phone. So the computer just stays at home. But yeah, you're right. Gary John Baker says, I do like to be beside the seaside. I do. It's lovely. And he said, take a moment to enjoy it. I can't. I'm just mentally in my head. I've got to keep working, got to keep running. Oh no, I'll kill myself doing it. Goldmember says, Goldmember says, take a minute to enjoy it. He said, it looked nice there. Actually, it was. There's a place just down the road. It's got some trendy little cafe, and they do these things where they fly bikes on the sand or in the water on a surfboard. And it's kind of cool. But I didn't stop. I just went to try and find the next job. Oh yeah, and he said he'd done. The gold member also said he'd done the hospital. He done hospital this week. He watched the hospital video. It helped to add to the hospital video. And that guy who told me, because I used it in a video, fantastic. Get yourself one of them little whiteboards. So if you haven't got a sign that says what you're doing, just write on the whiteboard. Doing hospital delivery. You can even write who it's from or a number and just in case. You know, I had to do some joinery at a pub at the beginning of the week. I parked on the corner. I walked into the pub. He went, you've got to go around the back, mate. By the time I walked out the pub, this was like Croydon way. There was a geezer with a ticket, and he was like, and I went, yeah, I'm moving it now, mate. Because if I'd have got that, I mean, the jobs, you do the money in the job in one hit. So maybe that little whiteboard. Don't forget, good little tip that I think. Mark Murphy says, difference in vans insurance, the difference between hire and reward and goods in transit. I'll do another one on insurance. I think I'll do one for you, just describing the differences between the two, because you don't really need hire and reward on the exchange. But anyway, once again, I think that'll be a nice little go-to video for people that might get confused. So, right, we're on the miscellaneous. Jason Burke says, oh, there's a new kid in town. We've got another YouTube guy, and his name, I tried to follow the link, but it didn't work. His name is Big Beardy Driver. So I typed in Big Beardy Driver, and the video came up of Delmate. Now, I've heard of Delmate. Some people use it. It's a location finding device. I kind of get away with Google and Waze. Works for me. But the geezer seems on the level. He's doing a few Courier Exchange videos. Check him out. It's called type in Big Beardy Driver. Get a second opinion. It's not about me. Chris Jeffers, sorry mate, and Gagan Kang About one of them thinking of joining the CX, one's got some questions on the CX, might have joined the CX, can they talk to me? Mate, anyone can talk to me, you phone me. My number is 07970 723 884. Phone me Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. I don't really answer it at weekends because it's a weekend. And if I might be running early, but just in case I'm not, just in case I've got a job booked in that morning at 9:30, I don't really, you won't going to relish a phone call at 6:30, are you? So yeah, just go on during normal office hours. I'll talk to you. I'll tell you what I think. That's all I can do, really. Ganesh Bashira, tips on pricing. It's a difficult one, mate. It's like, at the moment, I'd say if you want a good chance of winning, I still try and get 110 on a mile on a Luton van. I've known people going down to £1 going down to a small van. You want really 65p. I've heard people going down to 50p. And then it's just difficult. You kind of got to talk to them, you've got to liaise with them, you've got to try and get the best you can. There's no hard or fast answer. It's like turning around saying, how much is a T-shirt? Well, if a T-shirt on Willesden Market might be £1, a T-shirt in Armani might be 50 quid. And there's all ranges in between. It's not that straightforward. You kind of have to feel it out yourself. But yeah, roughly at the moment, I'd say small van between 50 and 65p a mile. We've got small van jobs. We won small van jobs at £1. Because we was in Norfolk. There's no one there. They need to get it off, so you kind of got to gauge it. It's not. I wish there was a chart I could give you. I genuinely do. But Tim Gilling, I've got to learn to write. Gillingo. He's right. He did a big list. You can check it out if you like. And he says it's all, and I won't use a second word because we don't swear on the channel. And he said you need 20 to 25k to start, and this is the money you're going to make in a small van. And a lot of the points he makes are decent points, but you don't have to do it that way. And I also know people with small vans that's the other mechanic, that's Alan. I know people with small vans. Like I say, we had a small van guy, and don't get me wrong, this is a once in a lifetime ever happens. But we had a firm goes on the firm with a small van, and in the space of a day and a morning, he managed to take 450 or 235 quid. But that's not usual. Usually in a small van, if you come home today and you've done 7,500 quid. That's, you've done right. You might go out in a day and make 50 because it's a small van, and at 65p a mile and 25 quid a job, you've got to get a lot of jobs in, and you can't because the driving time in a small van is the same as a big van. That's why I would say buy a big van, buy a Luton with a tail and a curtain. That's where all the money is. But having said that, there's a lot of the stuff he says. It's too long to read out. A lot of stuff he says makes sense, but a lot of the stuff is also, well, you don't have to do it that way, and that's not quite right. And obviously it's because not everyone's got 25k, and a lot of you are doing it. So there we go. Right. A big shout out to my mate who I've spoken to several times this week, Paul Forrester from Rocky Road Transport. This guy switched on, and I don't know how he's doing it. He's got 2 trucks going into Amazon, and he's doing his transport. He's my go-to man now for operator things. He's doing his transport license or whatever it is, inspection license, the one where you've got to go in, transport manager license. That's a shocker, that 1,100 quid to do it, and an 85% fail rate, and at the same time he's on the CX driving a small van because he wants to work out the CX and the backloads. I'm still not entirely sure what he's doing there, but yeah, nice to speak to you, mate. You know where I am, you got my number. Julian Rose says the XL is far better than XL E16. I don't know if that's another XL place or a computer program. If I find it, I'll let you know. Longfinger says, what about City Sprint buying a CX? Mate, I don't know. I've heard stories about that. There's a big rumours going. There's a City Sprint thing. There's another rumour going around about a Speedy Freight thing. I'll be honest with you, I don't get involved. I just turn the app on or turn the computer thing on, bid on jobs, win jobs, drive the jobs, and go home. If it ever starts to, I blank myself off to all of this. I've always been the kind of saying. My mate Gary said he's like when John Craven's Newsround was on, and he said it's an Eastern Bloc country. He said they'd be talking about skateboards on a new computer game, and then he would say in Poland, and he said the shutters would just go down instantly. It's like no interest in it whatsoever. I don't get involved, mate. I just drive a van. That's all I do. Drive a van and make videos and write books that no one reads. Damien Luton Govan. Says he says he's done the Birmingham NEC. I've done Birmingham NEC. They're kind of similar. They're exhibition centres, so they build them with loading bays, because there would be absolutely no point in having an exhibition centre with no loading bay, because you couldn't get the stuff in for the exhibitions, could you? The truth of the matter is, once you've done a few of them, you kind of get the hang of it. Kind of all much of a muchness, really. Although that Excel's got another entrance around the back, and that was a nightmare to find. It's like trying to get in the back cave. Rumbata 10 says, "Oh, well, the effects of the coronavirus. Who knows? I know we ain't going to be able to work from home, but I presume that things will still need to be delivered, even if it's just face masks and hand gel. I'm just going to, like I say, I'm just going to play it by ear and see what happens." I mean, none of us can really afford to stay at home, can we, really? So let's hope that it isn't too scary, but at the same time, we've got to look after the oldies, so just have to wait and see, mate. Wash your hands. Don't cough on people. Things that you shouldn't do anyway. PH says... Oh, hang on, we'll come back to that. Sorry, mate. Finally, we got a couple. Lee Westcott, is there much work in Somerset and Devon? Not really. The work in Somerset and Devon tends to stay in Somerset and Devon. Can you move us over for me? If you really want to, if you're down that way, the best thing to do is tramp, or get yourself up to like kind of Bristol way in the morning, kind of Port Talbot. Then the jobs start to ping up from that point onwards. It's not to say you won't get one, and if you do get one, there's a good chance that you'll be the guy, because there's probably not that many vans in your area doing this kind of thing, prepared to go out. But on the whole, the little pokey out bits, the Walesy pokey out bit, the sort of Norfolk pokey out bit, and the little Devoney pokey out bit, not so much. You look around you. If there's industrial estates, there's work. If there's fields and trees and cows and beautiful rolling countryside, very nice to look at. Ain't a lot to move. And Gareth Vickers finally. Gareth Vickers started Monday, and good luck. I hope it works out for you, mate. Right, so just one last thing, which is one of the videos I did ages ago on Cockney rhyming slang. He says, life's too short. PH says, life is too short for learning slang. And Jay Harris says, 20 is an apple core. You can use apple. Or a Bobby Moore. Never heard that. Someone said, I'll give us a Bobby. I will go, I had absolutely no idea what you're talking about. The thing about life too short for learning slang, I don't think the Cockney thing is slang. I think it's jargon. And we all use jargon. If you're on the markets, people will say, give us a bottle. Or, give us a, how much is it? Give us carpet. It's £3. Or give us a cockle. It's a tenner. And you would just know what it is. And it's the same in our game. If you were standing at a bar and someone turned around and said, not only did I not get waiting time, but I lost a PID, you would instantly know that they were part of your firm and they were doing what you were doing. If my wife or my daughter's boyfriend, who works in insurance, wouldn't have a clue. They could be in computers. It's that thing. You have your own thing that talks. You don't really learn the Cockney rhyming slang. It's just something everyone uses. So there we go. Sunday Q&A on a Saturday from the mechanics. I have got a couple more videos done on the camera roll, which I'm going to try and bang up, and I'm just trying to make them a bit more, recent. I don't really want to bang on. I've got a list of videos to do. In fact, I've got 2 to do this week out of this one. So if I do say something and it's just out of context, that's what it is. In the meantime, hope you're all well. I hope, it's getting sunny and warm. It's not. It's miserable. It stops raining. And stay healthy. Take care. Take money.